Hey everybody, it's Ducky here. I'm bringing my first video. I'm going to try to do the best I can. I am going to show you where I live in Pleasant County in St. Mary's, West Virginia. I'm going to show you some places that tourists don't see, which not very many tourists come to St. Mary's. To be honest with you, but I'll show you some old houses and just a couple things and what really sets St. Mary's off from the other parts of the state, that something they have that no one else does. But here we go. I want to talk to you about it. First thing you need to know is St. Mary's was founded in 1849 when it was still Virginia, way before the Civil War. Founded by a guy named Alexander Creel, which I'm sitting on Creel Street right now. He had a dream, a vision. He was on a riverboat going up the Ohio River, and when he looked up, he woke up in his dream and looked up towards the Virginia side. He saw a vision of the Virgin Mary, and she told him that this place would be a prosperous town. And he remembered where the place was. He came back a few years later, tried to buy the property. The guy wouldn't buy it, so he went a little ways down the road and bought property there and stayed until he was able to buy the property, which he bought and is now known as St. Mary's. But I want to get out of the car here and show you a little bit right by his house. And there's something else, a couple other things I want to show you right here at this spot. Well, this here is the Creel house. This is his house that he built. And right at the spot where he said he saw the Virgin Mary, I mean, it's pretty cool. You come back and get a house right there, And I guess it was a tavern for a while later on in the days, and now I think some oil well company has it or whatever. They were wanting to tear it down, but then the city stopped it, I guess, from getting tore down, or a petition or something. For a while, it was a frame shop for pictures too, but it's a pretty nice old house. There used to be a house right here that was older, I guess, but it got caught up in a tornado. It took the roof off of it, but I'm gonna walk over here to the stone and I'm gonna show you what's there. Well, the stone is supposedly George Washington slept here back in this area. Well, you know how it is along the Ohio River. George Washington slept everywhere, because people don't realize that George Washington founded the Route 50. People in West Virginia know where Route 50 is at. He's the one that surveyed old Route 50 from his house in Mount Vernon all the way to Parkersburg. And so he would travel up there because he was granted land during the French Revolutionary War for his service, and it was all here in the Ohio Valley. So he came over here to survey, and he surveyed that road all the way to there. Now, here's a good view of the new Carpenter Bridge, and then you got the old High Carpenter Bridge, which I'll go take you to in a minute, and I'll show you and give you the story behind it. But this is how St. Mary's got started, just at this spot right here. Here we are now at the old High Carpenter Bridge. It's kind of famous, but not. It's another bridge made it famous. Let's put it that way. I'll tell you about that here in a minute. But if you want to pause it right there, you can read that. But This bridge was dedicated to Hiram A. Carpenter. I think it was, yeah, it was built in 1928, and it was the only access from St. Mary's to Ohio for a long, long time. And it also has an access to the island there, which is now a natural wildlife refuge. It's Middle Island. It's part of the Ohio River Island system. What's cool about this bridge, though, what I liked about it back when I was younger. When you came down here, they remodeled and everything because it actually had grates where you can see down through there. Now it's like concrete and stuff. But when you drive through there, where these storage buildings are, used to be a big Quaker State building. There was a gas station, so as soon as you came off, you'd get gas and stuff. But I'm going to take a quick drive across that and just show you how you get down there. So if you ever want to come down. But this bridge was made, I think, either before or after the Silver Bridge. This is what the same company made it and stuff. That's why they dismantled this one after the Silver Bridge collapsed. So now they have a just a half a bridge, pretty much, not even a half. But here, I'll drive across this and show you real quick. See, now we're up on the island, guys. There's been reports of deers and stuff like that. Beautiful view over there. I mean, you see over there this one area where it's like a ramp or something. That's when they had a ferry service that went back and forth after they blew up the bridge. This is a good view of this too. Of the new bridge. It was built in 1977, and the view of the Ohio River, which I think is a beautiful river. Certain parts of it, you know. But you come over here and you got different pathways you can go down this way. You can take the wide road, which is, you know, you can actually drive your car so far down, but I don't think, because there used to be a farm at the end of it. I don't know. Just, you find all kinds of animals here, you know. And all these different other areas. This ain't the island that we're on. I'll show you a picture of it here in a minute. As you walk down here, before you go on your thing, it'll tell you the paths that you can take. Like where, let's see, the island, like it said, goes all the way from down here. This is where the tip of it, where you're at, and all the way to the part up there. And then, like you said, we're right here, we're on this side, and they'll take you up this trail. And then the car thing will take you all the way up to right there. And this is used to be all farmland too. So it's, I don't know if you can hear the birds, but I can hear the birds. There's a lot of them chirping around here. But this is the Middle Island, the refuge place, the sanctuary. No hunting, no nothing on the island. But I'll take you to the main attraction, pretty much, of St. Mary's and what makes it known around the state. All right, everybody, now we're in downtown St. Mary's, right here. I'll walk through here in a minute and do stuff, but I always like this building here. It's now used as a senior citizen building for where they have their meals and eats and stuff like that. And they got a few other buildings right there, and another more senior citizen stuff right there where they do their activities. It's pretty cool. Now, this place here don't look like much, you know, but my mom told me back in the day, and she's from here, my dad's from Williamstown, but that used to be a movie theater of some sort. You know, that's pretty cool. And same with either a movie theater or a bowling alley. I can't remember because the movie theater might have been down where the hardware store is now. But as you see, train tracks run right through the middle of town. Too bad we haven't got a train coming through. I'll show that. And this place here just opened up. It's a comic book store. It's actually pretty good inside, real nice. My son and me both like it, you know. But it used to be People's News back in the day when I was a kid. And then someone put a flea market type thing in there. And this town's not dead, but it's not the best either. But you know, we'll walk on down here in a minute and show you this big building and stuff and what it used to be. Now this big building here used to be the Pleasant County Bank, and they moved it across the railroad track closer to Route 2. And there was a reason they done that. I mean, I heard because my mom worked at another bank. I don't want to really tell the whole story because then someone can use that for the other bank that's still across the street. But they had a scenario where that was something happened that the robbers can escape real easy, you know. But if you can figure it out, you can put in the comments, let me know. I'll go down here and show you a couple other older buildings. Most of these buildings were built in 1899 or 1900s. But I'll keep on showing you some more buildings. Oh, and I forgot about this thing. This little caboose has been around the county for a while. It's been different places. It's been in Belmont, I think, and up to the city park, which I'm going to go there next and show you a couple things. And then they moved it down here. It's used to go in here as a kid and sit and play in it, and now it's a little run down and stuff. But it's a cool little addition because you know you got your it's a railroad town pretty much and a river town combined, so a lot of commerce comes through here. Sorry guys, I stutter a little bit, but yeah. We got an antique shop that just opened up there. Go in there. I ain't going to go in any stores today because I ain't want to get permission right now to go film in there. But then you got that place, and you got the Phillips Pharmacy over there. It's been a drugstore, been here for years. It's a good place. And you got this is that place there. And this bank has a special meaning for me. That is where my mom worked. She passed away in '99 while she's working there. It's been there since 1899. It's First National Bank, which now they just got bought out, and they got a drive-through right here behind it. But there's someone in a drive-through. I don't want people to think I'm filming them and stuff. But and now it's called First Community Bank. I think they're out of Princeton, around that area, Bluefield somewhere. I don't know. It messed up my thing for a long time, but we figured it out. But I'm going to show you a couple more things, then we'll go to the city park. Here's a closer up view of the bank. That gets pretty cool. And there's a few places there. Yeah, I don't know why that old Burger King side's there, but that's pretty cool. But here's what I will show you. This is the post office. Built in the 1920s. Inside it has a nice painting and stuff. But being Sunday, can't go in there and show you, but it's pretty cool. My son said there's a deer head there too. But yeah, there's a few stores through here, not too bad. There is a thrift store. This is like an antique type store. It has a lot of stuff in it. And you have a pressed coffee, which is really good coffee. And right beside it used to be the Boxcar, and now is the called, I think, Brooklyn's Kitchen. Oh, Brooklyn's Tiny Kitchen. But it's pretty cool. And you have the hardware store, which used to be a grocery store, which I think also was the movie theater. I guess the sign kind of gives it away. It looks like kind of a movie theater sign, you know, an old school. And you got City Hall right there. And that's pretty much for downtown. I mean, there might be other stuff. You kind of have to come and explore it yourself, you know. I mean, we're going to walk across the street. Make sure there's no cars, no trains. But, yeah, the train tracks runs with the... It's the only place in the West Virginia that has the train tracks that run in right in the middle of downtown. And I wish you guys can see the train going through right now, but you might be able to go to my shorts and look at my short that I have of the train going through town. Ooh, about fell. Alright, I'm going to show you one last place that might be interesting for some people, and we'll see you then. Oh, I wanted to stop here real quick too. This is actually the oldest school in the state. It was built in 1914 as the high school, but then the high school moved to another spot and it was now an elementary school. So we have that in St. Mary's too. Alright, one of the last things here in St. Mary's in summertime, it's the aquatic center here. It used to just be a regular pool. Actually, when I was younger, right here it had the big diving board, little diving board, you know. But now they got it all covered up because it's, you know, it's summertime, and they had a playground over on this side and they took it out and they put a lazy river in, which is cool. I film now because summertime, you know, people be swimming and they'll be like, oh, what are you filming me for, da da da, and you know, I don't want to get into that, you know. But you guys would like to see this, that there's actually something to do here, you know. Ooh, they put a little dragon type thing over there. See, I've never seen that. Sorry. I haven't been there for a year. You know, I live down the road, but show you something else they got. Well, right here where this lazy river was, there is graves. Actually, like a graveyard. Some of the founders, they've been there for years though. I mean, there's this spot. Even when I was a kid, they have them while the playground was there. But now they built a playground over there. Have a big slide coming off the hill. I ain't gonna film because there's people over there, but it's pretty cool. There's one more stop in this park, and then I'm gonna be done with this video for now. For my first video, I'm trying to do a decent job at it, and hopefully I come here when it's got more of a looks better because it's summertime. Let's put it that way. Well, the last place in St. Mary's that I want to show you right now. Yeah, we got an Almost Heaven swing, I guess. You know, it's pretty cool, but I don't like the location, even though it's kind of pretty. I think they should have had it down where the bridge is somewhere, but it is what it is. Anyways, well, that's about all I have for St. Mary's. I mean, you guys make your own decision if you like St. Mary's or not. I mean, there's other places you can visit, but I'll tell you right now, for my first video, I think I did all right, but I might not do a good job. But you guys let me know. Just like and subscribe. I don't really like that kind of stuff, but you know. All right, well, you guys have a good one, and until next time.